both as a Quaker and representing the government of Kenya, to heartily welcome the World Quaker Congregation to Africa and particularly Kenya. It is our pride that Quakers in Kenya and Kenya as a country are host to the first ever World Congregation of Quakers. This conference is truly a landmark event for Africa, particularly its pledge theme, Come, Abide, and Go. The theme is daring Quakers to reach out because we believe Christ is calling unto us to come, abide, by his teachings, and then go on missions. It is invariably daring Quakers in Africa to take responsibility of ministering the Quaker foundations of peace, humility, and integrity. Peace, because Africa is grappling with myriad, violent economic and political conflicts. It is a continent awash with mercenaries, fighting proxy international wars that need the intervention by the Church of Friends. You must have heard of the Russian Wagner militia struggling over Africa's natural resources. We also know what is happening in Sudan, and we also know what is happening around our borders. After peace, let me pick on humility. Humility because leaders in Africa need humility in large doses, especially when leaders refuse to leave power when their terms expire or refuse to accept defeat after democratic elections. I think our good lady who gave a report to the IBC must have a story to tell when you will engage her. Let me come to the third item, integrity. I pick on integrity because it is mainly in Africa where integrity is a choice. This is when corruption is embedded as a virtue in governance rather than a plague to be vanquished. My fellow Quakers, by commissioning Quaker activities in Africa, I look forward to an enhanced alternative to violence program for Africa that will replicate the Ramallah Friends School Center in Palestine and establish Quaker universities for peace studies in the manner found in the USA and Canada. This development will complement local Quaker peace efforts. In Kenya, the Quaker fraternity was at the forefront of counseling and resettlement of displaced Kenyans following the post-election violence of 2007, 2008, and earlier skirmishes in the Mount Elgon area. And perhaps with some measure of humility, I was deeply involved in restoring peace with Kofi Annan, Mkapa, Gracia Machel, when Kenya was in turmoil. In the meantime, it is gratifying that the Quaker Church in Kenya is working on a peace curriculum to be integrated in the national education curriculum. This is the way to go in influencing national discourse now and for posterity. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. But before I sit, let me just highlight one or two things that I hope you can engage, deliberate upon when you start your other formal sessions. One, climate change is now a big problem globally. We have a crisis. We've just come out of the very severe drought. We know that a lot of the conflict in some of the areas that were mentioned, whether it's in Turkana or Samburu, or even at the border level between our country and other countries, the issue of fighting for resources is a challenge. And the biggest challenge we are facing is when there's serious erosion and destruction of our natural resources. So I would like you as Quakers to focus and put your footprint on this challenge around climate change. In Kenya, the government has committed that in the next 10 years, that is by 2032, we want to have planted 15 billion trees. It sounds impossible, but if every Kenyan planted just about 300 trees on an annual basis, we shall be able to achieve 15 billion trees in 10 years. So you as a Quaker, when you get home, just focus on 300 trees every year. That translates to just about 10 or so trees every month. Not bad, is it? It's doable. All right? Now, here's the other catch. As a policy decision, we're also saying that out of these 15 billion trees, we want 5 billion trees to be fruit trees. A third to be fruit trees. Your avocados, your mangoes, your guavas, oranges, apples, passion, you name it. So if we were able to have 5 billion of this 15 billion in 10 years as fruit trees, just think of the economy. How much fruit will you be able to export globally? It's amazing, isn't it? So, as Quakers, and I'm one of you, me have committed I'll do my 10 every month. I hope you will do the same. So let us then develop or focus on what will be the Quaker greening strategy. Okay? The Quaker greening strategy. Then you implement it.